am going to be introducing you guys to someone new today. And I think you're really going to like this guy. He's super cool. I met him through Log Hauler Jesse. This is Nathan with Baird Logging. And Log Hauler Jesse, you know, who's an independent, hauls logs for this guy. And I've gotten to know him, and we have been talking, we've been scheming, and we thought this would be a good opportunity to discuss what we've got going on. All right, so let me swing around to the other side. This is a load of logs that's from it's a job just right up the road. And this is not the time of year to be buying logs, you know, because of the mud and all. But these were in a very strategic spot for him. Where are we at here? There we go. And so these are just perfect logs, man. They're nice size, they're straight, and I don't see any mud. So let's watch Nathan unload, and then we're gonna talk to him afterwards, and we'll let you know what we got going on here. Gosh, these logs look awesome. Nice crooked cherry, huh? See that? And he is unloaded. He's cleaning up, putting the straps away. Let's let him get this done, and let's go ahead and we'll meet him, all right? And here we are. We are with Nathan. Nathan, pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
And I see you got the message to wear your green shirt today.
Yep.
So he's fitting right in. Nathan is from a multi-generational logging family. They have a big sawmill down south of here, but it's a very big name in the area. And Nathan's been doing this for a super long time, and he hasn't aged at all. Look how young he looks, huh?
Yeah, right.
So Nathan, you are young, man, and you are in good shape. Why did you choose logging?
Oh, I started logging with my dad back early high school years, and just really took a liking to it. I always thought it was fun. I was the weird kid, always cutting firewood and doing stuff extra on the weekends. But I just really grew to enjoy it and see a need for, you know, a logging company in our area. You know, trying to clean up some logging jobs, do a little bit of a nicer job, more presentable job behind. And that's kind of what led me to get into it.
Yeah, when I got to meet Nathan, and we met through Log Hauler Jesse, who will haul logs for you occasionally. Yeah. When I got to know Nathan, what I had figured out right away is that you are kind of a I don't know what the right word is, kind of like the future of logging. You're not just cutting down logs and hauling them to the mill.
No.
You are going, you're working in the best interest of the landowner.
Yep.
And I mean, you're certainly making it profitable though.
Right, right.
So, there are loggers out there, and you hear stories. There was some in the news, not too long ago where they logged and just left the place a train wreck and they left.
I hope it wasn't us.
It was not. It was not you.
Yeah.
If it was, we'll edit this out.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So your logging operation is different. You take a lot of extra steps in being a total service to the landowner. Why don't you explain like the core of your business?
Yeah, so mainly what we do is selective cutting logging, selecting the bigger trees, maybe trees that have health issues, whether they're dying or have a blight of some sort coming through. But it's not always about cutting the biggest trees out of the forest. You can look at a younger tree that maybe it's got holes or there's signs of rot or stump rot, and you might as well take that tree out of the woods because it's never going to grow to be a nice timber tree in the future. Now granted, what we are after is logs for the mill, so the nice trees, certainly you select a few of those, but you try to ensure a future for the next generation too, and leave enough behind that they can also have it cut in 15 or 20 years.
Yeah, you were saying you can look at trees by their species, their size, where they're growing in the stand, the condition that it is in, and you can tell that it's in the best interest to cut that tree down.
Right.
Even if it doesn't go to the mill, it could just go straight into firewood because it's going to open up the canopy, the forest floor for more growth.
Yeah, a lot of times, you'll get into a stand where, let's say it was clear cut back in the 80s or even the 70s, and, you'll have just a abundance of trees in one spot. And although they're only, 12, 14 inch trees, sometimes you have to take one or two out to open up the canopy, more root space so those trees can expand and really take off. Yeah.
The issue that was on the news in our area was they cut down all the trees, but they just left the tops, or they destroyed a bunch of trees and left them standing.
Right.
Okay. But that's not your style. You take it much deeper. You are cleaning up afterwards.
We try to do our best. Obviously, I tell everybody it's not going to look like a park. You're going to have firewood left behind. You're going to have treetops left behind. We try to minimize that. We try to cut the tops up a little finer to get them to lay flat. And also we take our dozer sometimes and kind of run them in a little bit so they rot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Now we try to utilize as much as the tree as we can if it makes a straight log to come to either Joe or firewood, even a homeowner that just needs firewood.
The majority of our subscribers are firewooders.
Yep.
And I, of course, buy my logs. Not all firewood operations buy logs. I don't take tree service. I just buy. Explain the firewood market from your vantage point, the way that you see it and the services that you provide, and guys like me.
So in this region, Northeast Ohio, we don't have a pulp market, for chips and paper and things like that. So the firewood market for us allows us to have a place to go with these logs and the smaller material. And it's awesome because, it cleans the land up a little better for the landowner, and, we can take some of them trees down that are, just too close together, or timber stand improvement is what we call it, and coal trees and things like that. So having a resource like Joe to take firewood logs to, it lets us clean the land up a little bit better, take those coal trees out, timber stand improvement work. And we also make a little bit off of it. It's more or less helps with fuel and things like that. There's not a ton of money in it, but it pays for your time and everything to go in and go, get it cleaned up a little better.
Yeah, so that's where Nathan and I were talking, and that's where we were glad that we got to meet each other, because I need logs.
Yeah.
And he is in a position where he gets a lot of them, and he doesn't have a place to take them. And while his bread and butter is taking the logs to the market up in Middlefield, to all the sawmills, it is not as profitable dealing with firewood.
Yep.
And he's got to chase down potential customers that want to buy it. And then he's got to deal with, well, where do they live? Can I get my truck in there? This truck driver, his truck won't work as well as the other one. And so that adds a level of complexity.
Absolutely.
Enter this guy who has a very easy in and out lot. And that's where Nathan and I were talking about, not putting anything down onto a contract, but having a working relationship going forward with these types of logs?
The biggest thing for us is, the trucking distance. If we get over 30 miles from the firewood, you have to either charge more for the firewood or, just find a closer route for it. But we have, a lot of work in the area. I don't think it'll really ever be an issue getting logs.
Yeah. So Nathan is the owner. He is the logger. And so that doesn't mean we're not going to be seeing any more of Log Hauler Jesse. He will be moving a lot of logs still for you, not just to here, but to the mill or to whoever the customer is.
Yeah. We, we produce anywhere when the weather's good, anywhere from 4 to 6 loads a day. Sometimes you'll have a bad day and only get a couple, but this truck here, if the driver goes out on the road 10 hours, let's say, he can do about 3.5. He'll preload one for the next day. So sometimes we outwork the trucks, and that's always fun. It's always a constant battle between the loggers and the truckers, see if we can keep up with each other. So.
Yeah. You mentioned the truck, Nathan, and we love log trucks on this channel. Why don't you tell us what you got here?
Yeah, this is a 2015 Kenworth T800. It's a Glogger kit truck. Has a 60 series Detroit in it, and then a 18-speed transmission.
All right.
It's a 7-axle truck, and we really like it. It's nice having all the axles for all the extra weight.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions on weight. I don't know, is Ohio like a different state within Pennsylvania or wherever else you go to?
Well, for me, it's crazy because we pretty much live on the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio, and when a tri-axle truck goes into Ohio, they're only good for 62,500 pounds, and these trucks here, when they go into Pennsylvania, they're only good for 80,000. You can't haul any more weight in Pennsylvania with this versus a tri-axle. Yeah. And we're so close to Pennsylvania, we run in Pennsylvania often, but having all these extra axles does not gain you anything in Pennsylvania.
It doesn't.
No, just more tire wear.
Okay. All right, so we have learned that the two types of log trucks, the crane is in the back or the crane is in the front. This truck, I guess it's just because you bought it and it's set up this way.
Right.
Okay, this wasn't by design.
Well, this is what I prefer. For us, our log landings are always tight for whatever reason, and whether it's in a farm field or whatnot. And having the loader on the back, you have so much more working range versus having it on the front. A lot of times, if you back into the job site, you've got 40 feet you can work with here versus having it on the front. You'd have to pull into the job site. Okay. And then you're working around the front of the truck, and there's a lot of obstacles with that.
All right.
They say rookies run these trucks, but I don't know. I guess I'm a rookie.
Nathan, I'm excited going forward because you got all these logs and I need them.
Absolutely.
My big red machine over there is very hungry, and it's just been the way I've transitioned and learning everything about this business. I just thought that firewood grew on trees and I would just always have logs to run through my machine. That's not the case. But meeting someone like you is a big deal for me. So knowing that, though, Nathan, I thought maybe I could give you an invitation. I'm having a little party here in a couple weeks. It just happens to be called the International Firewood Expo, but don't let that scare you off as like being some big production.
It sounds like a big deal. I'm excited.
It is a big deal. There's going to be a lot of people here. So Nathan had called me up one day and he says, Joe, I have a brilliant idea. And I said,
none of my ideas are brilliant. So
I am all for brilliant ideas. So Nathan, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone what you're offering up here?
We're going to go ahead at the Firewood Expo to raffle off a load of firewood poles.
Raffle off a load of firewood poles.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So could the winner be from Iowa?
I don't think so.
So we gotta set limits on this raffle then. Okay, explain this.
Up to 50 miles will be free trucking, and then after 50 miles, it's $5 a mile. The reason for that is these things are not cheap to run, and diesel fuel is not cheap. So
I understand that because I have an F-150. Oh, I'm telling you, I know exactly what you're dealing with here.
It's all expensive anymore. I don't care what you drive.
So Nathan, that is awesome. So you are offering to raffle off a free load of firewood poles delivered to someone's house within 50 miles of Cortland, Ohio.
Yep.
All right. And then, so guys, even if you are a little bit outside of that range, I mean, what the heck? That is an awesome deal because the prices of these keep going up and up and up.
How many
Trucking.
raffle tickets are you going to buy?
Yeah, this will be a raffle that I'll be getting into. It's part of the thing that we'll be doing at the expo, guys, is we're going to be having a raffle. We'll be raffling off stuff. I'm having all of the people, the vendors that are coming, you know, just put something together and we'll raffle it off. But when Nathan talked about this, that's major league, man. And I mean, that's a major expense to you too, that you're willing to do this just for the Firewood community here on YouTube.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you letting me be a part of it. So
that's awesome. So you are going to be here and you're going to have your truck and it's going to be sitting front and center, guys. And we'll have a raffle set up. And if you're in the area, stop by and buy a couple chances and put them in the hat, and maybe you can walk away with a
lot of work.
Yes.
We're not coming and splitting it for you, but we'll bring it to you.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Nathan. That is a big deal, and I know that that is going to make some woodhound very happy if they show up here and get into the raffle for the Firewood. Thanks
Absolutely.
so much. Yep. Maybe we can throw on some of these oak logs that I have here that are just going to sit around and be in my way for the next couple years too, huh?
Yeah. It'll just be a mixed load of hardwood. Anything from oak, cherry, maple, hickory. There might be some poplar on it, but other than that, it'll all be hardwood.
Yeah, it'd be a good firewood.
Yep.
All right, well, that means a lot. All right, well, Nathan, here's a couple things that I'm noticing right now. You are getting antsy, and it means you got to get on the road, and this is also a Sunday,
Yeah.
and someone is not sitting on the couch
Nope.
watching TV right now. He is out in the woods and loading up his truck and heading on down the road.
The sun's well, the sun's not shining yet, but it's not raining, so you got to work.
Yeah, well, you would know about the weather. So me and Nathan, we both had to scrape our windshields 2 days ago,
Yep.
and today it's in the 80s.
Yes. Yep.
Gosh, welcome to Ohio, huh?
Right.
All right, well, everyone, if you have questions for Nathan, he follows the channel. Please leave them in the comments down below. If you got any questions about logging, about trucks and weight and all that, go ahead and put them in there. And if you want to meet this guy in person, come out here on May 18th for the International Firewood Expo.
Absolutely.
And especially if you're in the Mahoning Valley or in Western Pennsylvania and you might be looking for some, I don't know, timber, what do you do? Estimate? And
Yep.
Okay. Check them out on Facebook.
Yep.
What's your Facebook? How do they find that?
Baird's Logging and Land Improvement is what I go by.
Okay.
My phone number's on there. I think my email's on there. And I pretty much look at jobs all weekend long, so I try to get to you in a timely manner.
All right, sounds great. Check them out on Facebook, and I will find it, and I'll put it into the description and make it easier on you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's all tell Nathan, welcome to the team, and let's tell him to have a great day.
Great day.
All right.